Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tressa. I am the lead credit specialist at Touch by Faith Financial Operations LLC. Thank you so much for joining me again. Today, we are going to discuss how to update your personal information. And I'm going to show you how to do this using Experience website. This information can still be used to update your personal information on Equifax and TransUnion's website as well. So, what exactly is personal information? Well, personal information is anything that can identify you as an individual, such as your name, your address, your phone number, your date of birth, and even your email address. You want to make sure that you verify the accuracy of your personal information that's reported on your credit report, as this will help to reduce fraud and identity theft. Now, if you have been struggling with getting negative or inaccurate accounts removed, it could be that you have some old addresses in the system that are tied to these accounts. And in most cases, your address or your previous address will be used to verify if an account belongs to you, prompting a response from the credit bureau saying that the account was verified as accurate. And this is because each time you open an account, the creditor that you are opening the account with sends the credit bureaus the information that you submitted on your application. And unless you change your address with the creditor directly, the bureaus are not aware that you have moved and that you are no longer living at a particular address. So this is going to hold true for Equifax, Experian, as well as TransUnion. I will show you how to view your information on file with Experian as well as to update your personal information. However, you can do the same thing with Equifax and TransUnion. Make sure that you check out my YouTube video, The 3 Credit Repair Secrets, where I discuss when you should update your address with just the credit bureaus and when you should contact the original creditor to update your address. So, let's take a look at how to get this information updated with Experian. So, to get started, you want to go to your web browser and type in Experian.com, or you could just use Google and search for Experian. If you need to update your information with TransUnion or Equifax, you will need to visit those websites separately, as the bureaus do not communicate with each other, which means if you update it with Experian, Experian does not notify TransUnion or Equifax, and vice versa. If you don't have an account with Experian, you can create one at no cost, and the same thing goes for TransUnion and Equifax. Now, all three do offer paid memberships, so you want to be sure that it does not request credit card information from you. If you watch my video on how to order your annual credit report, then you will see that creating an account with these three is pretty much quick and simple. Okay, so once you have signed into your Experian account, it's going to bring you to the home page. It's going to show you your overall FICO score. So that's a really good thing about Experian, is that it provides you your FICO score instead of your Vantage score. It's important to know that if you are in the home buying process, or if you're interested in purchasing a home, you're going to need to know your FICO scores, not your Vantage scores. Again, check out my other videos as I go into detail about the difference of the two. But once you get into Experian, you can see the current personal information that is being reported on you. It's going to show you your name, the year that you was born. Is not going to show the complete date and day, so just make sure that the year shown is correct. If you have any aliases, it's going to show those other names that you may have been known by. Any addresses, whether they're current or old addresses, those will be on file as well as your employers and your personal statements. So this information here, this is the information that is being used to validate these accounts, or this is the information that is being used to um, verify your identity when you are applying for credit with creditors, okay? In order to update your information, what you're going to do is come to where it says credit and where it says credit reports. Now, I want to first say that neither myself nor anyone from Touch by Faith Financial Operations LLC would ever advise you to dispute your accounts online. And the reason being is that you give up a lot of your rights. So we would never tell you to dispute information online. However, the only exception to that is going to be your personal information. And I'm going to explain to you why the internet here. Okay, so now we are inside of the credit report. You can tell the difference because it allows you to lock your credit file, to print your report, as well as to file a dispute. So in order to get your personal information updated, we are going to go to the dispute center and file a dispute. But again, you should not dispute any information online because doing so means that you waive a lot of your consumer rights afforded to you by the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and you don't want to do that. Your personal information, you can dispute that online without anything being affected. But like negative accounts, you want to do that in writing. Okay. But once you're into your credit report and you go to the dispute center, you want to go to where it says your personal information. So it says potentially negative. It has your accounts, your public records, your personal information. The personal information tab is where you want to go to get this information updated. Okay. So it's very simple. You're just going to review the addresses that's listed on file, and depending on what's correct or what's incorrect is going to determine your next action. So it's going to provide you with the address, the resident type, and then it's going to tell you what type of resident. So if it's an apartment complex or if it was a single family resident. So if you find any inaccuracies in your addresses, you're simply going to click on the arrow to the right side of it. And it says select a reason you want to dispute. So you have that you never lived there, lived at that location. You would choose this reason here. Sometimes pizza or have something delivered to a friend's house or a coworker's house, those addresses will get associated to you and can show up on your credit report. If it belongs to another person with the same or similar name, so like if you have a close resemblance to a family member or a very common name, then that's another reason you could dispute the address. Identity theft, if your identity was stolen, then you definitely want to make sure that they are aware of that. And then of course, if the resident type is incorrect. Now, you wanted to choose the option that best relates to your specific situation. However, please don't lie. Don't say you never lived at an address where you know you live there, okay? If something doesn't match, then I would suggest you just do the residence type is inaccurate, and it will provide you with an option to upload a letter to further explain what's going on in details, okay? So for now, we're just going to do residence type is inaccurate. And then it tells you when you would use this reason. So you're going to say next. And then from here, you can add another item or you can submit a dispute depending on your situation and what you have going on. I would suggest you get rid of all old addresses. Reason being, it prevents your accounts from coming back as verified, or let me rephrase, it reduces your accounts from being returned as verified as correct. But more importantly, it helps to prevent any pre-approval offers or anything like that from being sent to an address you no longer have access to, and somebody could open up an account in your name without you knowing. So you want to make sure if you no longer live at that address is no longer associated with your credit report. Okay, so we are simply going to hit submit dispute, and so it lets you know that your dispute was submitted successfully. If you need to attach supporting documents, you would do that here. And if you would like them to notify companies of your results by mail, you can click this little button here. So again, like I said, if you need to provide them a letter further explaining what's going on, you can submit that supporting documentation. I will show you how to do this on a different video because Experian's upload website is very picky and it's time sensitive. So I want to make sure I have a letter already prepared and ready to upload. Otherwise, it's not going to work the way it needs to. So once your dispute has been submitted, you can close and continue. It's going to let you know it's on a dispute. Because we did this online, Experian will provide a response within probably 48 to 72 hours, sending you the results of that status update. Now, there are going to be oftentimes, where the response is going to come back that the address is accurate, the address has been verified. That's completely fine. That's their job to tell you that. However, you do not have to stop there. You can submit it again online. You can call and speak to someone. If you're concerned about identity theft or fraud, I would suggest you speak to the fraud department. And then you can also mail in an address update letter to get those old addresses removed. But that is it. That is how you will update your information with Experian. And again, if you need to do with TransUnion or Equifax, you're going to go directly to those sites and get them updated. Now that you know how to update your personal information with Experian, remember that TransUnion and Equifax will follow a similar process. And if you would like a video showing how to update with TransUnion Equifax, let me know in the comments and we will get one uploaded for you. Now, you want to make sure that you only dispute your personal information, which is the information that identifies you as an individual online. Disputing your accounts online will waive a lot of your rights that the Fair Credit Reporting Act provides you. So you don't want to dispute anything other than your personal information online. And I will post a video explaining this in more detail. So be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. This way you are notified of new videos that are uploaded and posted. Now, finally, if getting the information updated is not working for you online, then feel free to combine it with sending a letter to the credit bureaus as well as making a phone call. Um, you don't want to give up after the first or second attempt. The more you stay at it, the more likely you're going to get the results that you're looking for. Thank you again for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like our video on YouTube and subscribe to the channel for updates. If you have questions or would like for us to cover a specific topic, send us an email to support@tblfinancialoperations.com and check out the other services that we offer. Remember, a touch of faith could lead you to bigger, better credit.